Live from the Canadian capital, this is the GBN Television News. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines comes to you compliments. Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
When you need someone to help you to your feet, I'll be that beacon to your highest peak. Oh, I'll be right next to you, no, I will never leave. Come on, take my hands, we got everything we need. Cause you can look to me whenever you're in need. Just call on me and I'll be on my way. I'll be by your side, never to divide, to light that shines our way. Wherever you road leads, we'll be right there with you. Wherever you road leads, we'll make your dreams come true. Next time, next time, next time, next to you.
Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
This is the Network News for Wednesday, February the 22nd, 2023. I'm Stasia Blake. In the headlines, UT President prepares for elections amidst grumblings over salary negotiations. NIS to increase benefits and implement new initiatives as contribution rates increase. Parish of St. John targeted for low-income housing. And the Prime Minister brings salutations to the people of St. Lucia as they celebrate independence. And around the globe in the region, CARICOM condemns storming of Parliament in Suriname. In international news, Shamima Begum, who joined ISIS, loses appeal against removal of UK citizenship. And coming up in sports, University of Maine scouting for new talent. Details right after this message.
The first segment of the news comes to you compliments. Soft Weave Bathroom Tissue.
Have you heard about the new Soft Weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue, available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Soft Weave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
Good evening. This is GBN's News at 7. The president of the Grenada Union of Teachers has sought to clear the air on outstanding negotiations with the government. He says the leadership team continues to press for best results. Nisha Paul has this story.
Bartholomew says he feels it's necessary to clear the air in light of grumblings in some quarters about the issue of salary increases for this year. He explains that salary negotiations for 2023 are continuing with the government's negotiating team.
PW and TAU are negotiating on their own. They never accepted the 4% for 2023, just as the Grenada Union of Teachers. We have a negotiating team. We have a national executive. We met and we decided that we're not going to, at least in principle, accept the 4%, and we're going to fight in our negotiation to see if we can get more. There is no movement as yet to the 2023 in terms of the 4%. 2024 and 2025, there have been movement there. The government started making some movements upwards. I would not say what it is, but at least we are waiting another engagement with the government negotiating team this week, and let's see what will happen.
The GUT president says there's one stumbling block. It stems from the agreement signed by the Royal Grenada Police Force and the Richmond Hill Prison with the previous New National Party administration.
Police and prison officers signing to this agreement with the previous administration unknown to us is creating probably one of the most difficult situations that we are experiencing. And so they did that unknown to us, and usually the Grenada Union of Teachers and the other unions take the leading role in negotiations. But however, there is an agreement in principle with various unions that if another unions negotiate and get something better, all the other unions will come up to. And that's the reason why we are negotiating. So the government have started to move upwards 2024 and 2025.
Mr. Bartholomew has been nominated unopposed to lead the Grenada Union of Teachers for yet another term. For GBN News, I'm Nisha Paul.
The government is working toward fulfilling one of its campaign promises related to houses. It promised to provide over 500 low-income units. The ruling administration held a consultation with contractors and landowners to chart the way forward. Rena Pierre-Thomas takes up this report.
With a plan to construct and provide over 500 houses in Grenada, government consulted with landowners and contractors this week. Spearheading this initiative are the Ministries of MIT and Housing, as they seek to collaborate with landowners and contractors to identify lands and make available affordable houses that support all levels of income for Grenadians. After reviewing the overwhelming application process for the Chinese low-income houses, Minister for Social Development and Housing, Philip Telesford, says there is a need for reasonable priced houses in Grenada.
And knowing of the number of applicants for what we consider low-income houses here in Grenada, over 6,000 or so applicants altogether, with a limited number of approximately 600 units or so to give out, which means 9 in every 10 applicants will not be able to get one of those homes. It also means that the demand for housing in Grenada is huge.
Minister Telesford said the pilot project for this initiative will be done in the parish of St. John. He outlined some significant aspects of the project.
So anyone should be able to request a home of their choosing, and we should be able to build it. And that is why you're here. You are here because we're asking for a partnership with you. And so today I greet and salute in our midst people from, well, what we call private landowners. Some of you are here. How do we approach this? So the government of Grenada may not necessarily build homes, but we may provide the enabling environment. We may wish to partner by way of putting in infrastructural works. Those of you who may have large portions of land and wish to partner with us, we may enter into a joint venture for such a purpose.
MIT Minister Andy Williams said the project is in line with the government's vision for housing and its transformation agenda.
500 Grenadian-style affordable housing, and this is only the start. Now, we have a meeting with the banks. First of all, we spoke about ways we can reduce the costs to the borrower, right? And again, that is an important aspect in terms of keeping the cost down for a home owner, number one. Number two, you have hardware stores, and so who bring in things, and if we can get them to not act in silos, but to act as a group, right? We can get even the materials that we are looking to construct those houses with cheaper.
Material cost, compensation for land, the resilience of housing units, possibility of doing prefabricated houses, and government's contribution towards the projects are just a few of the concerns brought up by the landowners and contractors. For GBN News, I am Rena Pett Thomas reporting.
Emphasis is being placed on building capacity in poultry production. Christina John will tell us more.
Marketing, production, and processing of poultry meat and eggs were the high points discussed during a one-day training for more than 30 poultry producers. This as the Ministry of Agriculture, Lands, Fisheries, and Cooperatives continue to place emphasis on building capacity in the poultry industry. The AgriCom project, funded by the World Bank and the Food and Agricultural Organization, was facilitated by Dr. Gabriel Young, consultant with the Food and Agriculture Organization. Gregory Del Sol is the AgriCom coordinator here in Grenada.
We understand that poultry is a very important sector. It's one of the important commodities in terms of food security, but we have challenges within local production, and that a lot of animal husbandry practices and a lot of cost of production analysis of what farmers are doing is not being done. So what we're trying to do is build farmers' capacity both in animal husbandry and looking at the business side of poultry rearing to ensure that they know if they're making profits, if they're making losses, if their enterprise is efficient or not efficient.
With Grenada's poultry meat being rated among the better quality meat, Dr. Young says more emphasis needs to be placed on boosting broiler production.
There's a lot of growth and potential that can happen in the broiler market. People need to consider the cost of production of their poultry. We saw that as an issue or a weakness that maybe the ministry can help with in helping them determine their cost of production for poultry meat. It seems to be widely accepted that the poultry meat in Grenada is of a far superior quality than the imported poultry meat. But I think market stimulation needs to happen, and that needs to be brought out, that the poultry meat produced in Grenada is a lot better quality. I mean, fresh poultry meat is much nicer than frozen poultry meat.
Livestock Officer is Nugent Bernard.
That farmers will be more cognizant of the fact that they are in a business, and the session that we just complete where we're doing the cost of production, I think is very critical, and it's an area that is lacking in almost every farm I know. And if farmers do not know what the cost of production is, then that would not be able to inform decision-making process going forward, and it will only allow them to be price takers.
Christina John, GBN News.
The NIS contribution rate increases took effect at the beginning of February. Director of the National Insurance Scheme, Dosette Cromwell, reminds the general public that this has become necessary to sustain the state-owned security scheme, in addition to improving some of the benefits offered.
A phased approach will be taken, where your contribution rate will increase gradually to 16% by 2031. In other words, there will be small annual increases until the 16% rate is achieved. We understand that payment increase of any kind can be frustrating, but the current contribution rate cannot keep the NIS afloat for much longer. An empty fund means limited pension and benefit disbursements to you and your loved ones.
Gradual increases in the contribution rate for employers and employees are expected to move from 11 to 16% by 2031, starting with an increase in 2023 to 6.5% and 5.5%, a 0.5% increase for employers and employees, respectively. The increases will be done incrementally annually, as explained by Mr. Cromwell. The retirement age will also increase on a phased basis from 60 to 65.
This change will not happen immediately, but over a period of 5 years, from 2024 to 2029. Those who are interested in collecting retirement benefits at 60 can still do so. This will be supported by reduced disbursement amounts. With these changes, we are now more comfortable to increase some benefits that you will enjoy. The minimum pension amount will increase by 25% from $46.40 to $58 weekly. The minimum pension rate for survivors will also increase. Widower, widow, and dependent parents, 100%, children and orphan, 50%.
The NIS is also introducing a permanent unemployment benefit.
This benefit provides support to those who are experiencing a temporary loss of employment. We have found this offering to be necessary following the hardship faced by many during the COVID-19 pandemic.
During the 2023 budget presentation, Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell told Grenadians the government would amend the NIS Act and strengthen the existing system to include protection for children of deceased insured who are disadvantaged due to the negligence of a parent, and the inclusion of survivors and maternity benefits for persons who are in common law relationships. This is news at 7. Coming up, launch of youth in agriculture this Friday at the Canal House, Bailey's Back Lab. Stay with us.
Pump It Up is back. Co-op Bank's Pump It Up Family Fun Walk will be back with a bang in 2023. Get ready to hit the road again for more fun, more smiles, more laughter, and lots of prizes. Join us in Carriacou on Sunday, March 26th at 4 p.m. as we pump it up from the Harveyvale playing field to the Hillsborough playing field. Then on Sunday, April 23rd at 4 p.m., we will make our way to the Grenada National Stadium from Montrouge playing field. Register today at any of our retail banking units with a minimum contribution of $10 to secure your package while stocks last. All contributions collected will go directly to the fund for the re-establishment of the Carlton Home. Come out in your numbers on the journey towards a healthy lifestyle and show your support for this worthy cause.
Welcome home. We're back. Grenada's Wester Hall White Jack Workboat Regatta 2023. Saturday 25th and Sunday 26th February. 2 days of hard racing and fun fetting on Grandad's Beach. It's We Regatta with Wester Hall Rums. Sponsored by Wester Hall White Jack Rum, Grenada Tourism Authority, NLA Blast, Carib, the official Regatta Bear, Budget Marine, SIFH Group, Glenelg Natural Spring Water, the Regatta Water, McIntyre Brothers and Yamaha, Camper and Nicholson Marinas, Bryden and Miners with Campery and Smirnoff Vodka, Ramdani's True Value and Harry Spain, Coca-Cola Grenada, Flow, Wester Hall White Jack, Workboat Regatta, 25th and 26th February, Grandad's Beach, we rum, we regatta, be there.
Building or renovating your home or business? Why not use clean, renewable energy? Install solar panels to power your home and office and see your energy costs go down and your savings go up. Using renewable solar-powered energy protects our environment, reduces our carbon footprint, and slows the devastating impact of climate change. Republic Bank can help to finance construction and renovations that make use of renewable energy. Visit any Republic Bank branch and ask about renewable energy financing options today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Paying is faster and easier with Flow FastPay. Use your MasterCard or Visa and pay from anywhere. Log on to discoverflow.co/fastpay and press Consumer. Select your country and enter your account number. Enter the amount to be paid and an email address. Enter your credit card information. You'll receive a payment confirmation with the transaction details, along with a receipt to your email address. It's fast, safe, and easy. Flow, keeping you connected.
Good day, Mr. James. I'm just here looking at Grenlec's new mobile app.
Sounds great. Can I use it to check my bill balance?
Absolutely. Let me show you. Enter your account number and Grenlec access number, and that's it. You can now check your balance, track your usage, receive outage alerts, and get updates from Grenlec in real time. You can even use use the app to report a power outage or a fault with a pole or street light. Add as many accounts as you want. Track your business account, apartment rentals, and Granny's account, all in one convenient place.
Thanks, Susan. I'll be telling everyone I know about Grenlec's new app.
The Grenlec mobile app. Download for 24/7 access.
Grenada, after 10 years.
Hey, Grenada, this is Pastor Donnie McClurkin, and get this, I am coming to the land of spice.
The multi-award-winning Pastor Donnie McClurkin is back, live at the Grenada National Stadium for one night of praise and worship, where your hearts will be lifted heavenward, joined by some of Grenada's finest gospel talent, Lexton Mitchell, Edson Mitchell, Ajabu, Spice Worship Ministry, Nicole Fletcher Newton and Company, Patrick Grace, and the PBC Choir. Tickets are on sale now, $50, and can be found at all major ticket outlets and at your local churches. Don't miss this unique experience with classic songs like Stand, We Fall Down, Caribbean Medley, Great Is Your Mercy, and many more. Friday, 7th April 2023 at 7 p.m.
Got my mind made up, and I won't turn back, because I want to see my Jesus someday.
Shop at Southern Electrical for all your security camera needs. We offer a wide variety of cameras ranging from solar cameras with or without lights, 4G cameras, Wi-Fi and PoE kits, 4th channel, 8 channels, 16 channels, replacement cameras for PoE, standalone Wi-Fi cameras, wall lamp or bulb, floodlights with cameras, watch cameras, pen cameras, and much more. We are located at Dusty Highway in Brana and St. George. Southern Electrical, best value, expert advice, quality product. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook today.
Somebody call Waggy because this is madness, total madness. Sunday, March 5th from 5 p.m. The National Stadium comes alive as Megaforce Promotion presents its first big event for 2023. March Madness Mega Bingo. And you can win a whopping $100,000 in cash.
Wait, is $100,000 you just said that?
Yes, $100K in cash could be yours. Tickets are $60 for one or $100 for two. You gotta be mad to miss that. Remember, Sunday, March 5th, National Stadium. Get ready for March Madness Mega Bingo. This is madness, total madness.
Ridgeway Residences, a modern, exclusive residential community offered by Ariza. Purchase one of our completely built houses or let us build for you by simply choosing your lot, choosing your home design from our selection, and let us do the rest. Owning a home does not have to be a frustrating process. For more information, contact Ariza Credit Union on 415-0994 or send us an email on info@ridgewayresidences.gd. Ridgeway Residences, hassle-free home ownership.
Need a home, car, education, dream vacation? The National Lotteries Authority's Lotto Jackpot is $324,000. Play today for chances at a more satisfying life. Lotto. Play and win a lot of money.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Building or renovating your home or business? Why not use clean, renewable energy? Install solar panels to power your home and office and see your energy costs go down and your savings go up. Using renewable solar-powered energy protects our environment, reduces our carbon footprint, and slows the devastating impact of climate change. Republic Bank can help to finance construction and renovations that make use of renewable energy. Visit any Republic Bank branch and ask about renewable energy financing options today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Minister Deacon Mitchell is scheduled to travel to the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis on Thursday to attend the 104th meeting of the Monetary Council of the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, or ECCB, from February the 23rd to the 24th, 2023. Prime Minister Mitchell is scheduled to return from St. Kitts and Nevis on Saturday, February the 25th. Lennox Andrews, Minister for Economic Development, Planning, Tourism, ICT, Creative Economy, Agriculture, and Lands and Fisheries and Cooperatives, has been appointed acting Prime Minister in the absence of Prime Minister Mitchell. The Prime Minister's pending departure follows his return from St. Lucia today, having attended the country's celebration of the nation's 44th anniversary of independence. He was a special guest of the Prime Minister of St. Lucia, Philip J. Pierre. In a diplomatic note shared to mark the occasion, the government of Grenada expressed best wishes for the continued peace, prosperity, and well-being of the people of St. Lucia. Government also stated that Grenada values the bonds of friendship shared between our nations and looks forward to the strengthening of relations as we work together within the ambit of our Caribbean community and at multilateral level. Reparations continue to be a sore and burning topic for many, which is allowing some people to voice their concerns. One such member of the subcommittee of the Grenada National Reparations Commission has identified what he says is a flaw in the movement towards reparations. My colleague Nisha Paul has the details.
One of the flaws, I think, in the reparations movement is that we discuss reparations as a one-off payment. And that should not be the focus, because slavery, you cannot put a dollar amount to the suffering and the pain and the torture that our ancestors went through. A dollar amount cannot suffice. However, we do clamor for payment because there was unpaid labor. So one of the first things I think we need to look at is, one, is it should not be a one-off payment. There should be discussion surrounding putting money or assets into a trust fund for future generations, not just the current generation.
Curlin Campbell spoke with GBN in his personal capacity. He says there is a need to ensure that those leading the fight for reparations are doing so in the best interest of Caribbean people. Campbell is of the view that because money can be easily devalued, consideration should also be given to tangible assets.
A lot of people feel that money is backed by, like the gold standard back in the day. No, money is what they call fiat currency. It's not backed by resources, diamonds, gold, or anything like that, especially the US currency and the UK currency as well. So we need to guard against that. I think if we're looking for reparations or payments, we also need to look at assets, tangible things like maybe gold, whatever it is, but paper money should not be the total package.
He notes that the psychological damage and trauma of enslavement passed down through generations also have a cost.
The psychological damage and the trauma, the generational trauma that has been passed down through generations also has a cost. And I do not hear the people in the movement speaking about the psychological trauma, because those are damages that we must be compensated for. For instance, in a court, if I was attacked by someone, not only could I not sue for physical damages, I could also sue for, trauma. I could have PTSD. I could, there are a number of things that I could have psychologically just off of that one experience. So imagine our ancestors going through almost 400 years of torture, pain, and suffering, and death, rape, and just you name it, the worst of the worst. And we've never received therapy. No one stopped to say, you know what, let's do some group therapy for the people who've been enslaved. No, nothing like that. We were just told to get over it and keep it moving.
Campbell says proper infrastructure is needed to capitalize on the benefits of reparations. This, he believes, should also be factored in on the negotiating table with those countries and institutions that have benefited from the enslavement of Black people in the region.
If we do get reparations, we also need institutions that we own and control, where we can circulate the money amongst ourselves so that it could have the greatest good. What we need to guard against is that whoever we're looking at to represent us on the negotiating table, they must represent our best interests and not their own. And that is why I guard against the bourgeois charge, because we don't know that they would negotiate on behalf of us, the poor people or the regular people.
Reparations is part of a 10-point action plan developed by the CARICOM Reparations Commission, headed by Vice Chancellor of the University of the West Indies, Sir Hilary Beckles. On Monday, February 27, Sir Hilary Beckles will launch a reparations fund at the Grenada Trade Center at 10 a.m. as a wealthy British family apologize for their ancestors' enslavement of over 1,000 Africans across 6 sugar estates on the island. We will discuss the importance of reparations and the progress made on next Monday's Beyond the Headlines program at 8 p.m. Chair of the St. Lucia Reparations Committee, Earl Bosquet, Vice Chairperson of the CARICOM Reparations Commission and Chair of the Antigua and Barbuda Reparations Committee, Omardi Dobreen, and Chair of the Grenada Reparations Committee, Arlie Gill, will be joining the discussions. For GBN News, I'm Nisha Paul.
And over 300 youthful farmers and entrepreneurs across Grenada will benefit from the launch of the Young Entrepreneurs, Farmers, and Fishers in Agriculture and Agribusiness project. The 3-year pilot project is estimated at US $1.3 million. The Agribusiness and Agricultural Development Agreement was signed in May 2022 between the Government of Grenada and CARICOM Development Fund. The project will be launched by the Ministry of Agriculture in collaboration with the CARICOM Development Fund on Friday, February the 24th, under the theme Youth Transforming Agriculture. The Agriculture Minister, Adrian Thomas, says this sector cannot be left in the hands of the elderly. Young people must get on board.
Using the science and technology that is available in the world today, and the best people who are wired with that kind of technology are the young people, and therefore it is important that we get them in agriculture with a different perspective. And I know from what I've seen in the field, in my field visits, young people are getting involved in livestock, they are getting involved in poultry production, they are getting involved in vegetable production, and we have a big plan to get the young people involved in agro-processing, which is key.
He said cutlasses and forks as farming implements are being transformed into scientific agriculture. Training will be key to participating.
What we want to tackle is the whole question of training. You will not get into this program if you're not prepared to subject yourself to some form of training. And secondly, there are 2 components in the project. There's a grant component, and there is a loan, a soft loan component. And those 2 will be made available to the young people who want to get involved in agriculture. We will be working in close collaboration with the Grenada Development Bank. This is one of the main stakeholders, and I know definitely from a business point of view, the Grenada Development Bank will pay particular attention to that.
It was the former government that approached the CARICOM Development Fund seeking financial assistance to invest in agriculture. The agreement was signed in May 2022.
Is a grant of about 500,000 US, and also a loan of about 520,000 US. So there are 2 components of the project that the funds are going to facilitate. So the grant is going to finance the technical part of the project, that is more training that will be offered to the beneficiaries. Also support for the Ministry of Agriculture staff that will be supporting the project, and there will also be any instruments or machines that the beneficiaries need to buy that will all be catered. And the other component, the loan component, it will be facilitated by a financial institution, and there will be sub-loans that will be loaned to the beneficiaries.
During the last 5 years, the food import bill averaged in excess of 20% of total imports, about twice the value of food exports, which averaged US $25.92 million, or EC $70 million. Therefore, there is an immediate need for Grenada to increase its agriculture contribution to both the domestic and export markets. Friday's launch will take place at the Canal House, Bailey's Bacolet, St. David, under the theme Youth Transforming Agriculture. And tonight's submission tests your knowledge of how well you know Grenada's historical landmarks. It's time to take a peek through the GBN eyesore lens.
A good eye captures all. GBN eyesore is brought to you by ClearVision.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. ClearVision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. ClearVision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
Featured in tonight's eyesore is a hidden food. Our citizen journalist says this abandoned food was once punctuated with cannons, but they were all removed. It's hidden in plain sight. Can you guess where it is? Let's see what you saw. Share with us your eyesore submissions on WhatsApp at 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
And still ahead, rehabilitation work on Westover Hall Medical Station completed and the facilities being handed over. This is News at 7.
Spot now to see the Spice Boys in action against the Barbados national team in February. On Wednesday, February 22nd, the action is at the Fun Recreation Ground in St. Patrick from 7 p.m. We then head to the National Stadium from 7 p.m. on Friday, February 24th. And finally, we go to Guelph at the Cuthbert Peters Park on Sunday, February 26th from 4 p.m. Come out in your numbers and support our boys as they prepare for the USA. Admission at the door, $15 for adults and $5 for children. Expect fun, excitement, and competitive football. February 22nd, 24th, and 26th. Grenada versus Barbados. Don't you miss it.
Start the new year right with extra cash when you take your next Quartz Ready Cash loan. Get $100 Quartz Cash with your $5,000 loan and double the rewards with your next loan of $8,000 or over. Get your loan now and pay nothing down and get 30 days to make your first installment. Plus, hassle-free service, flexible payment terms, and 24-hour approval. All you need to apply is your ID, proof of address, payslip, references, and a job letter. Let's ring in the new year with some extra cash from Quartz Ready Cash. Conditions apply. Quartz Ready Cash. We are ready when you are.
Well, drank and indulged, laughed, and had so much fun for the festive season. But now it's time. It's time for some serious detox business at Nirvana Detox Center and Natural Health Store. Start the year right with your health as a priority. Cleanse and flush your blood, liver, and kidneys with quality herbs and supplements. Purchase one of our detox combo packs starting from $100. Purchase a full body detox pack starting from $500. Get 10% off on colonic irrigation. season. Get a chance to win a free colonic irrigation treatment and product coupons with every purchase. We are located in Grandans, minutes before the Food Fair Shopping Center, immediately opposite the old Capital Bank building in the Regency Commercial Suites. Give us a call at 231-6642 or 418-7115 or visit nirvana.gd for more info. It's time for some serious detox business at Nirvana Detox Center and Natural Health Store. We know real body care. This offer is valid until March 31st, 2023. Terms and conditions apply.
What does it take to be an amazing woman? Lots of me time. Amazing women are classy, fancy, and a little sassy. It's the drink for me. Cheers! Sometimes you've got to show them who's boss. Alpha male? Nah, alpha females are more amazing. Cheers to securing the bag. We make time for ourselves, for work, friends, and we certainly make time for passion. We're simply amazing. Amazing cream liqueur for the amazing woman in you.
Here is a little known fact. There is only one place in Grenada that you can get an MRI scan done. That place is Stasia Imaging Center. Yes, Grenada, that's the truth. Other centers could offer you other scans, but Stasia Imaging provides an authentic MRI scan. Here's another little known fact. Stasia Imaging has 3 centers. We operate at Grenville, the Carnage, and at the Ocean House, Grandlands. We provide the widest range of laboratory tests and services. CT scans, x-rays, mammograms, ultrasounds, and a host of other services. We are fully staffed by a team of family doctors and specialists. Call us today at 444-7679 or 440-1500. Or visit any of our 3 locations. Stasia Imaging, from seeing the doctor to getting lab tests, scans, and pharmacy services. We are here to take care of you.
Affordable quality products delivered to you via Superb Service. We are Superb Distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta, and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
Do you know, when you play the games of the National Lotteries Authority, you are supporting sports, culture, and nation building in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit-Macnic?
Hi, I am Junior Murray, cricket coach, sports enthusiast, and a former West Indies cricketer. I endorse the games of the NLA 100%. For the past 40 years, the NLA has been funding many sporting activities, including competition for schools and clubs, and for athletes to participate in overseas tournaments such as the Carifta Games and regional cricket tournaments. For those reasons, I play the game of the NLA. Even if I do not win, I know Grenada always wins.
Yes, when you play all the games, the NLA in turn supports sports, culture, and nation-building activities throughout the Tri-Island state.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
Paying is faster and easier with Flow FastPay. Use your MasterCard or Visa and pay from anywhere. Log on to discoverflow.co/fastpay and press Consumer. Select your country and enter your account number. Enter the amount to be paid and an email address. Enter your credit card information. You'll You'll receive a payment confirmation with the transaction details, along with a receipt to your email address. It's fast, safe, and easy. Flow, keeping you connected.
Welcome back. Work on Westerhall Medical Station complete and handed over. More in this Christina John report.
The ribbon-cutting ceremony signaling the official handover of the Westerhall Medical Station took place on Wednesday. Following months of extensive refurbishment work, nurses and the patients can now operate in a much more comfortable and spacious environment. Health officials are optimistic that the completion of the rehabilitation work will improve access to quality health care at the facility, in keeping with government's mandate to deliver better health care services. Minister with responsibility for Health and Wellness and Religious Affairs, Senator Jonathan Lacrette, in his remarks notes that the strength of any healthcare system, apart from its human resource capacity, is found and built on integrated primary healthcare structures. He recalled witnessing his father's failing health and later his demise as the driving force to making primary healthcare a priority.
And being placed over the healthcare sector gave me a particular drive to ensure that primary healthcare facilities, such as community healthcare centers, are made robust in the delivery services that they offer and in the human resource capacity that they have, so that the kind and type of care delivered to the respective community that it is in can be delivered with a sense of excellence and serve the community well.
Minister in the Ministry of Agriculture, Senator Adrian Thomas, says a strong community medical station means less strain on the main hospital.
Health to this community in Westerhall means a lot. And we cannot afford not to have a medical station that is functioning. My dream, and the dream of the National Democratic Congress, is to have these facilities functioning 24/7. The distance may look a little long, but it's not difficult.
Work on the facility commenced in November 2022 by contractor Kelly Klein Construction Company. The scope of work entailed general repairs such as electrical and plumbing, painting both interior and exterior of the building, roof replacement, replacement of windows and doors, upgrades to the air conditioning, as well as more secured fencing, outfitting of rooms, etc. The work was completed within a 3-month period. The estimated cost for the project was just over $374,000. A proposal for the construction of sitting accommodations outside the facility has been submitted to the Ministry of Infrastructure Development for review. Over $60,000 has been spent to complete work that was not initially listed as part of the project. Christina John, GBN News.
And stay with us. We'll have sports for you next.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
for your education,
for your financial freedom.
For that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
I want you folks to play these 3 games from the NLA. Daily pick 3 cash flow and play with. You will be supporting sports and culture, nation building, and our future. So go out and play folks, make it a must. You will see what the National Lottery is doing for us. When you play Pick 3, cash flow and play with, the NLA will support you all the way.
Starting September 30th, Monday to Friday, these 3 games will be drawn mid-morning, 9:45 a.m., midday, 12:45 p.m., and evenings, 7:45 p.m. The National Lotteries, supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
Sunday money day.
And good evening, sports fans. A contingent from the University of Maine will arrive in Grenada in the coming weeks to scout for new talent. Beverly Telesford has some exciting news in this report.
Uncle Gary's Future Generation Foundation, based in Grenada and Reading, Pennsylvania, is in its 3rd year and has successfully been able to assist students across Grenada. Andy Best, president of the foundation, highlighted how it has transformed the lives of a dozen students each year.
The main purpose of this foundation is to see that some of our youths are able to meet their dreams. So what we normally do is every year we select 12 students when they pass the CPA exams into secondary school, and we sponsor them all their school supplies. By the time they get to Form 5, whatever assistance they will need with regards to the CXC examination, we assist them with transportation. They go on to TAM-CC, we're there with them. We are looking to sponsor them right up to university level.
Not only has the foundation been assisting with the academic life of students, it has also been able to successfully secure football scholarships for 4 students to study at the University of Maine. 3 of the students, Leon Braveboy, Brady Charles, and Kevin Maitland, are already studying at the university. The 4th, Danoy Phillip, is expected to begin his journey in August this year. The coaches at the university, having been impressed with the football players from Grenada so far, are seeking to secure more players. They will be making their way to Grenada.
We have this relationship with the University of Maine, that's in Fort Kent, and from the first set of students that we got sponsorship for, the coaches there just love Grenadians, what they are able to produce, the discipline they have, and the whole fact that the guys did make a difference to the team. Since then, the coaches had a desire to come to Grenada to see what raw talents lies here, because for what the 3 young guys are producing over there, they are really pleased and curious, and so they decided to up the scholarship. Grenada can receive at least 15 scholarships a year, so they decided to come to Grenada on the 9th of March to scout for talents.
Best says scholarships available are not for football players only.
This trip is not going to be focusing on the other sporting discipline, but they're looking for volleyball players, they're looking for athletics, and they're trying to get the basketball program into it also, and also academics. So even if you can't play sports but you're very good in the academic field, you will have the opportunity.
While the coaches are in Grenada, football matches would be played on the 11th and the 12th of March. Male and female footballers within the ages of 18 and 27 are invited to participate. Registration is free. Reporting for GBN News, Beverly Telesford.
St. George and St. Patrick GUT branch will be the first 2 parishes to start off the Co-op Bank Primary Schools games. On Thursday, the athletes from both parishes will take to the tracks to ensure that their individual schools are victorious. St. George has 14 primary schools within the parish who will be participating. Upon completion of heats, out front is St. George's Methodist in the girls' division with 67 points, while St. George Anglican is leading in the boys with 78 points. South St. George Government School is second in the girls division with 61.5 points, and St. George Methodist School in the boys has 72 points. Blessed Sacrament is in third place with 53 points in the girls, and South St. George Government School is in third place for the boys with 60. The St. George GUT Branch School Games is shaping up to be an exciting one. It runs off at the Carani James Athletic Stadium from 11:30 a.m. And now over to St. Patrick's, where there'll be 6 primary schools who will be competing for supremacy. Out front with 463 points is St. Patrick RC School, followed by St. Patrick Anglican with 292. Taking up the third spot is Hermitage Government School with 203 points. Versailles Government comes in at 4th with 190 points, and they're followed by Grenada SGA Primary with 115 points. Taking up the 7th spot is Holy Spirit RC in Chantemelle with 17 points. The St. Patrick GUT Branch School Games runs off at Fond from 11 a.m. And that's what's been happening in the world of sports. And now for a look at what's been happening around the region and the wider globe today. Protesters in Suriname who stormed the parliament in the Dutch-speaking CARICOM country on Friday in a bid to force the government to reverse its socioeconomic policies are being condemned.
The Caribbean community, CARICOM, in the United States have separately condemned protesters who destroyed private and public property and stormed Suriname's parliament. Police had to use tear gas to disperse demonstrators who gathered outside the parliament building last Friday, demanding that the administration reverse policies that will lead to the removal of electricity and fuel subsidies and calling for the president there to step down. Now, they not only stormed the parliament building, but also vandalized government buildings and looted nearby businesses. In a statement, CARICOM reaffirmed its support for the democratically elected government and condemned the violent attacks. Prime Ministers Roosevelt Scarrett of Dominica and Mia Mottley of Barbados spoke at the end of the 44th regular CARICOM Heads of Government Summit in the Bahamas.
And we certainly condemn the storming of the parliament. It appears that this is becoming a practice in our hemisphere, and is something that we all need to seek to condemn and to stamp out in our hemisphere. And we call for calm and a restoration of peace and order, and allow for dialogue to take place, and issues among the Surinamese people can be addressed in a respectful, lawful manner.
What has happened there today is most unfortunate. People can express their views, but there is no excuse for violence in any manner, form, or fashion. And to the extent that persons have been injured, and to the extent that property has been damaged, the ultimate loss is also to the stability of the country. And I think Prime Minister Scarrett's call for peace to reign and for stability to come and calm to be there is what all of us must do now, because it is unacceptable for anybody to be putting people's lives at risk.
And the U.S. government also condemned the incident, saying it was an unacceptable assault on democracy.
Shamima Begum, a young British woman who left London at the age of 15 and who joined ISIS, has lost the appeal against the removal of her citizenship. Begum left her home in London at the age of 15 and traveled to Syria. The British government cancelled her nationality on security grounds after she was discovered in a Syrian refugee camp in 2019. Al Jazeera's Nadima Baba joins us live from London for the latest updates.
Well, this is clearly a setback for Shamima Begum, who is still in that camp in northern Syria, where she was found to be living in 2019, 4 years after she left her home in East London with two friends to go to Turkey and on to Syria into the so-called caliphate run by ISIL, so-called Islamic State. But this is not the end of the legal challenge that she can bring. She can go to the Court of Appeals here in the UK, the Supreme Court after that, and then her lawyers have even suggested it could go to the European Court of Human Rights. Now, her citizenship was stripped back in 2019 by the then Home Secretary Sajid Javid. He was criticised by a former Director of Public Prosecutions at the time, saying that he'd done so just because he wanted to further his aims to become Prime Minister out of ambition, and that individual said it was immoral. There was, though, a significant part of British public opinion very hostile to Shamima Begum back then, who'd gone, obviously, of her own volition to Syria. She since has given interviews in which she says that she would be prepared to stand trial for membership of ISIL, a terrorist organization. She denies ever carrying out violent acts or preparing them or training people to do so. Some public sympathy has actually swung her way in those interviews in recent months and years, where she said how she had to marry an ISIL fighter. She lost 3 young children when she was out in Syria, and she basically has challenged her British citizenship removal, saying that it rendered her stateless, which it effectively has done. The British government says she could apply for Bangladeshi citizenship. That country wants nothing to do with her. But her lawyers have also argued that the government have failed to take into account the fact that she was effectively the victim of trafficking.
And that's what's been happening around the globe today. Now for a recap of the night's top headlines. GOT president prepares for elections amidst grumblings over salary negotiations. NIS to increase benefits and implement new initiatives as contributions increase. Launch of Youth in Agriculture this Friday at the Canal House, Bailey's Bacolet, St. David. And around the globe, in the region, CARICOM condemns storming of Parliament in Suriname. And in international news, Shamima Begum, who joined ISIS, loses appeal against removal of UK citizenship. In sports, University of Maine scouting for new talent. If you missed any part of this newscast, a repeat of it will be rebroadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online at gbn.gd or on GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I'm Stasia Blake, and that's the news. We wish you a pleasant evening. Good.